It's more than interviews, and like you said, it's a movement. It's just about working together, and like we said, the throwing the stones and all that. There's no need for it. No need for negativity in the end. It's just that positive movement. So anywhere where anybody can fit into that and help reach that goal of really bringing that spotlight to the Lehigh Valley and building it up and making it something great, to where it's on the level of a Philadelphia, then we're down with it.
Now, do you think there's been more collaboration between the groups this year than in the past years?
Oh, we definitely,
we
definitely see people collabing out there. You know, definitely the collaboration is great. But once again, you know, I see a lot of collaboration amongst, you know, people that people already deal with, and not willing to step out the circle and deal with anything new.
Okay.
You know, once again, hey, you said it best. There is enough for everybody.
I got
So there's no reason to feel threatened about anything, because we want to. It's no fun at the top by yourself.
Right.
The way I envision it is, I would like to go to a South Beach. I would like to go to a LA and take 500 people, Lehigh Valley people with us. Just because that way you always feel like you're at home.
Right. I got you.
We're not no newcomers to the Lehigh Valley.
No.
We are born and raised in the Lehigh Valley. We left and we came back. And we came back for one reason and one reason only. And that's to bring that spotlight to the Lehigh Valley.
Was there any change when you all came back? What were the changes you saw when you came back to the Valley?
I mean, there was definitely movements already going on before we got back. You know, there was the Rap Forever movement.
Okay, yeah.
You know, definitely them guys was doing their things. There was the Stash Box movement. Them guys doing their thing. Red McFly.
Yeah,
Red McFly.
Yeah, I know.
He was doing his thing. So there was a lot of people doing their thing. But one thing, when we came back, one thing that the change that we seen was, once again, we could do big things together. And there was people following that. There was people that was definitely following that movement. You know, we had to fall back a little bit, fade into black for a little second, but just like I said, the name changed, but the message still remains the same. We could do big things together.
Right.
And once again, shout out to people like a Young Trouble, you know?
Yeah.
A young dude who never even made it onto the show, but definitely showed us love, invited us out to a video, and all that. You know, so shout out to somebody.
We don't know the dude from a can of paint.
Yeah, somebody that's networking and grinding and really handling business accordingly. So shout out to somebody like a Young Trouble, Andrew Cuff.
Pennybags. Pennybags.
I know he's Pennybags.
Yeah.
Cool
that man right there, Pennybags. He said something to me that really stuck. The man said, "I would rather have 5% of $1 billion than 100% of $1 million." Think of 5% of $1 billion than 100% of $1 million. That's what we don't need. 100% of $1 million. We need 5% of $1 billion. Everybody else can get their 5%, and we're all millionaires.
Right. So you think until we actually start collaborating and come working together, then no one's going to make it out of the valley?
It's not just about working together, because everybody can't just be an artist. Everybody can't just be a producer. There's street teams that's needed. There's AAs, administrative assistants needed. There's everything that consists of the music industry is needed.
And once again, people have already made it out of the valley. There's artists that are doing shows over in Europe, and shout out to those artists that are grinding.
The ad-libs, King
Magnetics, you know,
Magnetics,
so people have done it. What we're talking about is, once again, like he said, everybody, it just needs to be reworked, from the club owners to the club promoters to the radio shows to the DJs to the artists, all the way down. We need to come together and bring the spotlight on the whole valley so that everyone can go out to it.
Where does a local artist get their music broke in this city? Because I know we was breaking a lot of music when we had the B&B show 90.3 FM. We was breaking a lot of music. But other than us, Rap Forever was breaking it. But how do you get it into the clubs? How do you get it played in the clubs?
That's a good question.
That's the number one, you know.
Good question.
And RSR and GodFree dropped an Allentown anthem at the top of the year. So you know, I would just think something like that would be playing at a place like a Prolifick Radio.
You would think. Yeah, I mean, I know that when we have the interviews with the artists and everything, we do put them on rotation.
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes though, I mean,
You even made that video. Matter of fact, if I remember correctly, the Allentown anthem, A-Town Hype.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of the people, a lot of people
Yeah.
in Lehigh Valley are in that video.
and it was good to see them because it actually gave people, you know, it showed people who were actually doing something. You know, unfortunately, you know, people were in different cliques and everything, but you know who you are if you're actually making moves, and people know who you are if you're actually making moves. I think though that a lot of the young dudes who just say, well, I just want to get into the, you know, the rap game, and not really put the effort into it. Because, you know, I mean, how many people have you met who say, yeah, they run up to you, B&B, I want to get my stuff up in there, and they throw you this scratched up CD, you know, no name or anything. I mean, now, my contribution has always been like the Lehigh Valley Music and Fashion Expo. But we have people like, you know, like this year we had Def Jam in there, and intro, you know.
Speaking of fashion, real quick though, since you mentioned that, be on the lookout for VP. We want to talk about some fashion. This is the next Donna Karan, Armani, Gucci. You know what I'm saying? That is that type of fashion.
Real talk.
VP, high end. Be on the lookout for that. It's right around the corner.
Okay.
Word.
And
So-
make sure you, everybody out there, make sure you go get your rollies. This is something that is about the Lehigh Valley. This is something that in a year from now, you're going to see these rollies all over. For everybody who don't know about the rollies, it's the sunglasses that I got on right now.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
These right here, they come right off and they roll up.
Oh, those are hot. Okay. Those
You
are
know,
hot. Yeah, those are hot.
this is bred in the Lehigh Valley.
Somebody created that here. Really?
You're looking at the people.
Oh, you all created it.
RSR Records.
Awesome. Okay. We do have a lot of innovative people here. I mean, you can't tell me that we don't have people who are ingenious. But I guess like you said, you know, it's about trying to get it out.
Right.
And not only that,
It's going to be out there. What we want to do though is it's going to be out there. We're breaking it in the Lehigh Valley so the Lehigh Valley can see when they're in China, when they're in Jamaica, if they're in LA, if they're in Chicago, and they see these rollies walking down the street. This came from where you're at.
Right.
This came from where you're from.
That's hot. That's a dope
Wear it
thing
on
right
your
there.
face.
Yeah.
Wear the Lehigh Valley pride on your face.
Well, and I think that's the thing. We need to get more pride in the Lehigh Valley. Unfortunately, you know, when you look at the news, look at TV, unfortunately, you just don't see it. But we have to find, I mean, I know I'm not even from here, but I take a lot of pride in the Valley. I mean, that's the reason why we do the things we do. No, it's not like anybody's giving us a paycheck or anything.
Right.
We do it because we know it needs to be done.
This is not
Yeah.
about no money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some things are bigger than money. That's what I tell
Exactly.
people. And you know,
A kid is way bigger than any money.
Exactly.
If you can, if RSR can touch one kid out there to know that, don't believe everything you see on this TV. You see 5 minutes of an artist's face when they're on TV. 5 minutes. You don't see that grind. You don't see the sleepless nights. You don't see going out there walking around shaking hands. You don't see none of that. So stop getting caught up in trying to live an artist's life coming right out the gates. You come right out the gates trying to live an artist's life, you're not that artist. You got to build that up. You got to start somewhere. You need a foundation in order to start. That foundation starts with that discipline, that determination, that dream, that plan. And then you gotta formulate that plan and make it all work out.
I just want to give a shout out to the Pocono host who's listening right here on Facebook.
Shout out to
the Pocono host.
Shout out Pocono host.
Shout out.
Definitely, and I want to say one more thing too. Definitely, the people that are on Facebook and Twitter and so forth and all the social media, have a bit of privacy and separate your private life from your entertainment life, and just keep everything cool on Facebook and whatnot, and keep it real that way. Because a lot of people are flying off the handle on this social media and it's getting out of hand. Like you said earlier, real things are happening based off of Facebook.
Stop buying into your own hype.
That's
cyber
the problem.
world.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think a lot of people I don't want to mention any incidents, but there are really people getting.
Everybody knows the incidents.
Yeah.
You open a newspaper, you turn on the news, everybody knows the incidents.
Over what somebody said or what they put on here.
Nonsense.
I mean, before there was internet, it was always he say, she say that got people hurt and killed and stuff.
Right.
But as your mama and dad told you, stop worried about what other people think about you. You go forward. You know who you are.
Exactly.
You know what you're doing. Move forward. Like I tell people, and this is what I say for 2012, you shouldn't have time. If you have enough time to look at what the next man's doing and looking at what the next man's saying and looking at what the next woman's doing and what the next woman's saying, then you ain't on your grind hard enough. That's deep. That's real. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, if you got enough time to look at the next man's pockets, you ain't on your grind hard enough.
You should never
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? If you got enough time to look at what the next man's driving, eating, what they got, and worried about this, that, and the other, then you ain't on your grind hard enough. Because I know when I'm on my grind, I got tunnel vision. And you know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing. I just know that I got to do what I got to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
once again, though, this is not just about us.
Right.
This is about the Lehigh Valley. This is about the world.
Right.
It's not just about any one person. So as much as we want to just put on our tunnel vision and say forget everybody and we're just going to worry about RSR, it's not going down like that. Because for what? There's people out here that need help. There's people out here that need a different way. They bought into a lot of things, and I don't fault anybody out here. I fault TV. I fault all that type of stuff because, like I said, TV is a brainwash. They'll brainwash. But like I said, man, just stay on the lookout. Get at us, BNB Show, 90.3 FM on Facebook, RSR Records. Stay tuned. It's new. It's exciting. It's different. Make sure you get your rollies. Shout out to Prolifick. I can't thank you enough, Alfonso, for putting this together on such a short notice. Just like I said, everybody stay, just stay tuned because we're out here trying to show a different way, and we're really looking for people to, just sit down and talk with us. Let's explore some possibilities of where we can take everything, where we can take this, because that's what it's about. Where can we take this together?
Definitely. Before we go, I want to give a shout out to Luna Fernandez, who's also listening right now.
Luna Diva.
Yeah. Just want to give her a shout out.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Franny J though.
Yeah, what up?
Franny J is one of the hardest working, individuals that I've actually came across. Definitely has a huge bright future. And just be on the lookout. Wow. Like I said, it's new, it's exciting, it's different. Just follow us.
Definitely.
Shout out Joey Mondecker too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, BI too, man. There's a lot of people that we deal with out here.
We'll be here all day if we start shouting.
Exactly. There's just I know you got things that you got to do.
No, but like I said, fellas, we have that open door policy here. And whenever y'all have any new events, new projects, new anything, you can always come through here. This is a community station, just like yours. You know what I'm saying? This was made by the community, supported by the community. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about, this is the internet, so we're talking about the world community.
Right.
So like you said, this is, it's bigger than any of us.
Any of us.
Yeah, it's bigger than any of us. Like I said, we're trying to affect people, which I think is the greatest, thing that you can do. If you can just touch one person with something and we save one life, then then through all the trouble, it's worth it. Yeah. So everybody, look, again, we appreciate you all joining us right here on this special segment of Rock the Mic Unsigned Hype. And again, brothers, I appreciate you all coming through. And once again, if you want to get in contact with the RSR record owners, Big Business and GodFree, you can reach them at facebook.com/BNB Show 90.3 FM / or you can go to RSR Records 98@gmail.com. Make sure and hit them up. They're definitely open, and you know what? They're about to do big things. Don't get left behind.
Hey, we out here doing big things.
All right, then. We'll talk to you soon. You all be blessed.